Hello and welcome to Explore, the podcast brought to you by All Manner of Games, Tabletop Gaming Society in Nuneaton, Warwickshire. I was on such a roll there, it just sort of blended into one.
So yeah, bit of a Freudian slip.
Yeah. I am Mike. I founded All Manner of Games, and I like board games and pretty much everything nerdy, let's be fair. This is our second video episode.
It is. It's exciting.
It's still weird being on camera, but we'll get to
On
it.
a roll.
We're
all wearing the same clothes.
Yes, this happened a week ago. We just haven't remembered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We haven't moved for a week.
No.
We've just been chatting shit all.
Sat here like that.
We'll change t-shirts the next one.
We all live in the same house.
Yeah.
Don't leave the room. Just pump out content for you.
Yep.
Anyway, yes, I'm Mike. I've done my introductions. I'm going to pass you around to Dave.
Hello, everybody. I am Middle-earth Dave. I am the face of the podcast still, apparently.
Always will be.
Always shall and always will be, apparently.
Yep.
I like playing all sorts of games. A lot of tabletop war games generally tend to be my more leaning poise, and that's about it, really, for me at the minute. So what about yourself?
So I'm Henry. You know me, the calm but tumulus under the surface.
Tumulus.
I don't know. I can't remember the word you used last time.
Tumultuous.
That one,
Tumulus. Like Mr. Tumulus.
Like Mr. Tumulus, yeah.
The
Mr.
overexcited.
Tumnus.
Mr. Tumulus, yeah. Look, from the lower half down, Henry has goat legs.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he has.
And
That's all the speculation that will go on.
just a euphemism. I'm very hairy.
If you donate to the coffee account, I'll take a photo under the table so you can see him.
I'm wearing a kilt.
Ooh. That's a little cheeky bonus.
Yeah, man.
It's only a little bonus.
Anyway.
Shall I take
yes.
over for this point?
Yes.
or-
So you know me. Enough shit from me. Here's Dean.
You know me.
Hello,
Show your
everyone.
penis.
Yes, I am Dean. I'm going to give these children a minute
I mean, yes.
just to relax.
Come on, it's you.
I'm
If
not
it's,
angry.
if it's not us, it's you.
That is true. Yeah, Dean here. I am a gamer of all sorts. Tabletop role-playing being the sort of mainstay just now. A lot of board games played recently. Card games, trading card games, spell slinging in Magic the Gathering. Also being another big sort of staple at the moment. And that is us introduced. So,
This week, I thought it'd be quite interesting to have a little chat about role-playing game systems that aren't D&D that we have
okay.
that we have played.
okay.
And learning our safe words.
Because
Yeah.
I do have
A lot of them.
13 upstairs that I haven't played, so I'm discounting them for this episode. It's the
Yeah.
ones we have played. Because I know you've got some experience, David, in non-D&D role-playing.
Well, yeah, I have dabbled, yeah.
Yeah, Henry, yours is growing, right? Your
Yeah,
non-D&D role-playing is growing.
I recently tried Dagger Heart for the first time.
Critical Role's new vehicle.
Yeah.
Wild, the Critical Role have managed to poach Jeremy Crawford.
Yeah, you said this the other week, didn't you? It was,
What's his name?
I don't know.
Brandon Lee Mulligan.
No, they're from D&D. Chris Perkins.
Okay.
Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford have been poached from Wizards of the Coast to Darrington Press to work for Critical Role.
Do you think
on
that's
Daggerheart. Indicative
just
of the
to
death of
sort
D&D?
of digress slightly? Do you think that's because of money, or do you think that's because they weren't happy with the content that they were being asked to create at Wizards?
Don't know, but Jeremy Crawford has been at Wizards doing D&D since like 3rd edition, and Chris Perkins is the same. He started on Dragon Magazine.
I think I would like to speculate that the Critical Role team are taking them in a direction which is more player focused than money focused.
Yep.
You'd like to think, wouldn't you?
Well, Chris
But
Perkins,
I don't know a great deal about it, so
it might just be that they really like the system
Yeah.
compared to 5e, but I find that
Maybe they
hard.
fancied a change.
Maybe because
Yeah.
Crawford is the main rules writer for 5e.
not anymore.
Wow, he was. It's his baby. So it's weird that maybe he just didn't like 2024's edition.
Or it's money.
Or it's money.
It's money.
I do think maybe,
Mix of all of them.
yeah, probably.
In-house politics.
Because they've been there at least 10 years, if not more. Cause,
Yeah, man.
I mean, I remember.
50 is 10 years old last year. So they've been there.
Yeah.
Crawford's been there at least 10, probably.
At least 10,
probably
probably 12.
I'd probably say 20.
Hang
Crawford, Perkins has been there all.
Yeah, Perkins. I remember watching like Acquisitions Incorporated
Yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube like over 10, maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah, Perkins
Jeez.
is part of that.
That was my first like introduction to D&D.
Yeah. He also hosted Dice Camera Action until that was cancelled.
Yes.
Dice Camera Action was really good. To be
That was what, because I was trying to remember that like Friday, and I could not remember it for the life of me.
Dice Camera Action was great until all the pro Jared controversy.
Yeah, that was it. 'Cause I was going on about that, and I forgot. I just forgot names.
It was a great D&D stream. They did Curse of Strahd originally.
Right.
Really good. And then
Great campaign.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a good
because
campaign.
Perkins wrote for Curse of Strahd, and it was D&D's official D&D Let's Play.
Right.
And then there was a big hoo-ha later in the just before lockdown because pro Jared, one of the players,
Less than savoury behaviour.
Right.
yeah, not great.
Let's not go into off screen.
Off screen.
But then also there was public accusations from his current wife, who he was divorcing, that he was seeing one of the other cast members. And It was all a bit of a fucking.
Yeah, there's a whole debacle.
It was he said, she said because there was three people, and then it became a slanging match on Twitter, and then Wizards of the Coast went, okay, cool, podcast's dead.
Well, you can't really blame them because they're a company that runs on PR.
Instead of sacking them off and getting new characters, they were like kill it.
Yeah.
We'll just try something new.
I see.
Throwing shade on
shame.
it.
It was really good, and it was like 400 episodes in or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a big endeavour.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I see. But anyway, back to subject. The only other game that I've played, role-playing game that I've played, minus the ones that we've done on here for the Adventure Booth, is the Borderlands game.
Bunkers and Badass.
Yeah, which we spoke about quite a bit.
Mike, we need to play more of
I
this.
know, I just need more time.
chucking people down
Henry
mine
gets
shafts.
excited by it, then it
I think, genuinely, personally, I think Henry should take a turn at being a game master.
I think Henry should take a
He
turn.
keeps
at
asking me to
being
play
a
all these
DM.
blooming games.
Yeah,
And I think so too. There you go. So
it's like
Peer pressure.
the reasonable part of me says yes, that would be completely fair. The unreasonable part of me is no, I'm scared. Leave me alone.
Why don't you try a one-shot?
I might give it a go. Yeah, to be fair.
One shot in Borderlands.
Yeah.
That'd be
I'll
good.
tell you what,
I'd be game
if
for
you
it.
can do a one shot, I'll say it's right here, right now, in front of the camera.
Right.
Get your
You
trout.
can do a one shot of Borderlands. I will run my one shot of Middle Earth.
Okay.
Ooh. We just do
When?
a round table Middle Earth thing.
Give us a date. When?
The 34th of Never.
Yeah. February the 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah. November.
Smarch, the
March.
32nd.
Yeah. But anyway,
We'll
enough of
figure it
that.
out.
Yes.
Yes. Borderlands role playing game. Bunkers and Badasses.
Yeah.
I just couldn't keep up then.
But that's the only one that I've played other than...
A fantastic game.
yeah, man, it was really, really
well-
good
really
fun.
well done.
So.
What? How does that one?
Henry, we need to
So-
play more of that.
Bunkers and Badasses.
Because I've not played that one.
Okay, so it obviously takes place in the Borderlands universe. Obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Learn something new.
Yeah, didn't know that. It works largely the same as D&D. It's always based on the D20 system.
Oh, okay.
Not D&D's D20 system, their own proprietary, but it largely works the same.
Thought of another one. Sorry.
Go on.
Cthulhu.
Oh, Call of Cthulhu.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that one after I know.
It largely works the same. You make the same sort of checks, but they're streamlined. I'm dredging my memory. It's been about a year since we played.
Yeah. So instead of rolling to hit, and you've mentioned this before,
yes,
Mike,
this is what
you
it-
always hit.
Always hit. You're rolling to see how
You're
many
rolling to
bullets.
see how many times you hit.
Yeah,
So-
'cause it's guns, right?
So if you fire 3 times, you'll hit twice or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
Like a submachine gun gives you a D4.
Yeah.
You roll a D4. That's how many bullets have left the magazine.
Yeah.
Then you're rolling to see how many of those do damage.
Yeah. So they always hit. It's just
Yeah.
what.
So
yeah.
How much of an impact that's making.
Exactly that.
that's-
Yeah.
And then like things with like sniper rifles will always hit. You're just rolling the damage because you might have clipped an arm. You might
Yeah.
have clipped a flesh wound. It might be a critical hit.
So obviously that's the combat side. What about
So
narrative?
Stats wise, it's a little easier. There are still things like acrobatics and stuff, but it's streamlined. If I'm remembering correctly, that you're just doing like this is a movement skill. Do a movement thing.
Yeah.
This is a interactive.
Rather than
skill.
acrobatics, athletics,
Yeah, it's just
next saves, blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all just encompassed into one.
It's a bit more. It's easier to get into.
Yeah.
So it's not. I wouldn't call it
Yeah,
light.
I was going to say for quote unquote sake of ease.
Yeah,
There's one
I wouldn't
key
call
difference.
I wouldn't call it light. I would just call it streamlined,
Yeah.
probably.
There's one key difference,
Yep.
as Mike will probably tell because he knows it
It's
better
my
than me.
favourite part of the game.
The badass dice.
It's great.
Yeah.
The badass.
Yeah. So the ballast die is an oversized D20. There are 3 20s on it. I think 5 1s. And then a scattering of random numbers in the middle. At any point, you, the player, can say, I'm going to roll the ballast dice on this. And then the ownership and the onus of the narrative falls on you for the next 5 seconds, not the DM.
Yeah, it's
You
stated in the rules, doesn't it?
You describe what your character is doing. You have to roll the badass die. You cannot modify the badass die. You cannot re-roll the badass die. You just have to modify it. You just have to roll it. Then whatever happens, the DM gets to narrate.
Yeah.
Based on it. So you can be like, Henry. My favorite example is Henry wanting as a psycho to jump over a river of lava, use his buzz axe to as a piton into a.
It was meant to. So my character was meant to jump at a pillar to go over a river of lava, then but smash his buzz axe into the stone and sort of grind. Curve around it kind of thing, some weird badass move. And
use
then
the momentum to circle around to
and then
slingshot himself off at somebody else.
And then jump off it again.
You've spoken about this.
And
maneuver.
The badass die, I rolled it. I explained it well, brilliantly, as might have. It was a work of art.
Modest
Don't quote
as
me.
well.
And
We don't have to quote you. We can just play back.
Play back.
I meant to say, don't judge me.
Roll the tape back.
Rebuke. That was it. Don't.
Yep. Moving on.
Words.
This episode is brought to you by words that we don't mean in favour of other words.
Yes.
I'm going to buy each of us a thesaurus and a dictionary for Christmas.
So, I rolled low on the badass dice. So when my guy tried to do the whole spinning on the pillar, the buzz axe just lodged in, and my guy was there just hanging like a stuck monkey in a tree.
It's a great way of giving your players a bit more agency than me just being like, roll me an athletics check.
Yeah.
Cool, you jump over it.
I don't know if he coined it, but is this like a Lee Mulligan?
It's not.
It's almost.
It's Box of Doom, is it?
Maybe.
Almost on the same lines, I think.
It's written by. The system is developed by Anthony Birch, who wrote Borderlands 2, and is also the Dungeon Master for Dungeons and Daddies. The podcast.
I was thinking it back in my mind. I know that name.
Yep.
I know that name.
And all the rules in it that are different to D&D's D20 system are largely in place because of how Birch doesn't like the system.
Complexity.
Or there's just the system.
Right.
He finds that, I'm inclined to agree to some degree. He finds that D&D's combat is weird because you're like, what are you doing? The rest of you, shut up and sit in silence while you watch your mate for 5 minutes. All right, what's Henry doing?
Yeah.
What's and it's so sort of slow and you've got this nice sort of you're picking up steam narratively. You picks up steam. Combat happens.
Yeah.
That sort of
But there was a good example of that.
It just falls off a cliff and just sort of stymies out.
Just recently,
Stalls out.
I run a game that includes yourself, Dave. Eve of Ruin. We recently passed our 1-year anniversary of playing the game and have officially made it to chapter 1 of the book.
Wait,
Yes, brilliant.
tutorial over.
Honestly. And they're 3 levels ahead of where they should be, but I shouldn't say that. But never mind.
But in my defence, I also feel, and you'll obviously strongly disagree, but I also feel we haven't dilly-dallied too much as a party that I found.
Not really.
I felt like we kind of have, like you said, you had that momentum and you've gone through stuff.
Yeah.
We've gone it at the reasonable pace of an average.
Yeah, you are. I mean, if we'd have been playing this more regularly, you would be well into the book by now. You haven't messed about with shopping trips.
We're not hunting down the pizza man for dear life.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But
it's not a filler episode.
No, there hasn't been any of that. But
You're just side questing.
To reiterate your point, there was an arena fight. You guys went to an arena, and the 3 stages of the arena. One was just a regular old fight. Second was in sort of a lava type place. Sure. This one was underwater.
Cool.
Which I thought would just add a bit of a different sort of dimension,
bit of flavour.
Yeah, literally.
Salt water.
Yeah, it was salt water, and it wasn't a ridiculously long fight, but it took 3 hours to get through 5 rounds of combat,
which is
6 players
in game time.
Yeah,
that is
40, 50 seconons, I think.
It's a little skirmish.
Yeah,
over and done.
Yeah. And it was.
But it's not even that. It's from a player's point of view. The DM is describing this narrative that is building and building and building and building. It's great storytelling. Your players are fucking engaged. They're hooked. They want to know what's next. Roll initiative.
Yeah.
I'll sit there in silence for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's what
it's
I mean,
no.
Yeah.
3 hours for a combat, which in game lasted 45 seconds, perhaps a minute, whatever it was. It was a great session. Really loved it. Loved the eminent. The guys seemed to enjoy it. It was fantastic.
May have been winding him up a little bit when he got to his monologue.
I had a monologue all prepared. I could have flipped the table.
Did they just interrupt it every second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's just go with.
Well,
Good old players.
Yes.
two of them were unintentional
Okay.
from a particular player in our group who was very. Because Dean had done such a good job, so he was very excited by the prospect of what was happening next. So he wanted clarification, and so he was sort of interrupting him.
Yeah.
And then
Let me get through the
then
fucking
Dean-
monologue.
he was getting very frustrated, and then
No, it was funny.
I'm gonna
It
wait
was-
here.
it was
yeah, it was
funny.
all in good
It
time.
was all in good spirits.
Call and response.
And I decided to push it one little step
Just
further,
a touch further.
just a touch.
Just a fucking one of them. It was fun, but it was funny.
I
do you
poked
know?
the angry bear, and then after that,
Sure.
then it was.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, you know,
Well, yeah, so-
to sort of reiterate your point, I get it,
Yeah,
and that was
that's-
just an
that's-
example of it.
That's why that sort of system to like you don't need to hit. You've already hit. Roll your damage and your dice. So many bullets.
Yeah. You want that fluidity.
Yeah.
or-
Sort of, it makes it less because you're not like. The other thing is that, and I quite agree with Birch that. Imagine you've just waited 40 minutes for your turn to come around because there's 6 of you at the table. Dave,
You miss.
roll me an attack. It's a 4. You miss. Next player. That's
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
That does nothing. But
It is
make you
frustrating.
switch off from the game and not want to play. Mm-hmm. So this little like always hit mechanic is really nice because you're like, quick, roll your bullets, roll your dice, move on.
and if you've built a character around a narrative rather than a combat
Yeah.
perspective, you don't get the full worth out of them if it's a combat-heavy campaign and stuff. But,
Yeah, I really like that.
yeah, I like the Borderlands
So, the
role-playing
other thing
game.
is that death is very common.
Yeah,
You played a Borderlands game? No,
the video game.
the video game.
No.
Okay.
I
So the-
Dean's
And
book
you
there,
all
I-
take
I-
the piss out of me for not playing it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't take the piss. I just
You
I
fucking
just
do.
convince you to try and play the game.
Hmm.
Play the game.
Take the
dude.
piss because you've
Play
never
the
played
game.
anything.
Yes. Yeah, we
I can't argue with that. I really can't argue with
not
that.
at all. But so death is a very common thing. I don't remember off the top of my head if Fight for Your Life is in the role playing game. In the video game,
I don't think it is,
I
no.
don't think it is. In the video game, when you die and lose all your hit points, you drop to your knee and you've got between 30 and 45 seconds to get a kill. And if you do, stand back up.
Or a mate comes in
Or a
and
mate can
revives
revive you.
Yeah.
I think it might be in the role playing game, but I don't remember fully.
I don't
'cause it's been a
remember you
while.
running it.
And obviously, and
I
as
don't remember. But when you die, if you do die and you don't get that kill, you respawn at the last checkpoint, which is called a new use station in universe. You are always a clone of a clone of a clone of a clone. Your DNA is on file. When the current clone dies, back up you get. You'll be revived for an amount of money. I think it's 15% of the current money you are holding. So in the role playing game, I can't remember if Fight for Your Life exists, but you die, you come back at the last checkpoint, you lose 10% of your cash because it makes the maths easier, quicker and quicker.
Yeah. Which is sort of a reflection of like the actual game.
Yeah,
itself.
you want it quick and easy.
Video game.
But then you've got to spend at least a couple of turns getting back to that combat, which is quite cool because you can play quite recklessly. Some of the classes rely on you using explosives and area damage. Some of them have like up close, punchy melee psychos and whatnot. They want you to play recklessly, but there's no real
Consequence.
there's no
Yeah.
punishment.
Yeah, there's no consequence. Well, there is. The consequence is death unless there's money. But if you run out of money, you can't revive.
Yeah.
That's when the player's like super dead.
But then, like, because it's only 10% of your money, you are never going to run out of money because
Yeah, 10%.
even if you only have 100 coins, it'll still just take 10, then it'll just take 9, and then...
Yeah. Unless you've got one, and then
Yeah, then you're screwed.
I guess the logic engine stalls out and nothing happens. Who knows? But I really like the bunkers and badass.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Call of Cthulhu was the only other one I played, and
Cthulhu's
after
fun.
this, I think I'm gonna chime out of the chat because I can't really add anything.
Well, Call of Cthulhu's fun because it's
It was.
it's a D10 system, right?
It was based on
Yeah.
the D100, and the insanity system, if I remember
Yeah, so
correctly.
you've got-
I've only played it the once.
Yeah, so you all your
Have you sorry, mate, you've played it a bit, Dave?
Yeah, that's what he asked me because I told you about a time where my D&D
You're
campaign
right, yes.
went into a
That's
different
right.
universe
Yeah,
pocket
yeah,
dimension
yeah.
where we had to play the
Call
Cthulhu
of Cthulhu,
system
yeah.
Yeah.
to break out to get back to
yeah. So it's all on a D10 system,
Yeah.
which I really like. I think
Makes
it's-
it a lot easier, doesn't it? to
Yeah,
think?
and you're rolling to be. It's been a while since I played it. You're rolling to be less than your score in a stat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
It's usually like equal to or under.
yeah,
you
so
are fine.
You have your stats like moxie, finesse, gumption, because it's the 1950s, and it's done on a scale of 1 to 100.
100, innit?
You're rolling 2d10. Roll under, you succeed. Over, you don't. But then you've got a luck mechanic, which is you like the adventure game books. You can spend luck equal to the difference between your fail. So if you needed to shoot a gun and you got firearms 25 and you rolled a 19, you could spend the way around. You got a it's over, isn't it?
So yeah,
it's over.
No, if it's 25 and you got the 19,
Yep.
that would be a success.
Yes,
You
go around.
could spend luck if you had 27. You could spend luck to reduce that to
Yeah.
make it a success.
Yeah.
To make it the 25. But you can also then use luck if you got the 19. If you had enough luck and you wanted to make it a critical success.
Yeah.
Because there's different tier systems of success depending on the situation or what you were doing. But there are obviously instances where you would come across a eldritch horror or references to an eldritch horror, and I like the simplicity of the system where it's like you are subtly reminded that you are a normal human being in this world.
Yeah.
You are not the bravest badass mother.
Is this the insanity stuff that you're on about?
So sometimes you will come across things and you will automatically suffer a certain amount of insanity because you are trying to comprehend.
Yeah.
That really, really depended. And I've only played it the once, and you might sort of correct me on this, and please do if I'm wrong. But that really depended on player participation.
Yeah.
And that if you could and would act as like an insane character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But also getting those insanity points, exposing yourself to those sort of triggers.
Yeah.
Also depends on, because you could play all day long as in a character in a game and then be like, I just don't want to check anything. I'll react to what the others are doing.
Yeah,
which would,
it's a little bit metagamey for me. I'm not a fan.
But even
of
a
that.
character, like you could roll a character that's a bit sort of nervous and doesn't know what they're doing because they're new to the investigator role or whatever. And you could say, I'm going to stand back and watch, as I learn from my cohorts how to investigate this thing. But you don't expose yourself. You don't expose yourself to the insanity stuff because
Henry would.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would agree.
Oh yeah,
To the extent,
Just for a laugh. So
I would say that Cthulhu is more
basically
a
like
role playing. You had to have like a role playing pretense, I think, to go to that game system.
Yeah.
because if I remember, we
it's
didn't.
not,
We
it's not
didn't
power
really
gaming
have.
wish fulfillment. It's not.
We didn't have a combat. I don't think we.
Combats are really small.
They're very, very uncommon as far as I'm aware.
And they are over in seconds.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't hit with this hammer, you're probably going to get
Mauled by a fishman.
or knocked out.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the monsters aren't necessarily going to have a hit point stat line.
yeah.
It's going to be the action of you doing it, and to the extent that that action would be.
Yeah. If you want a good introduction to it, ironically, back to Anthony Birch, Dungeons and Daddies Season 3 is in Call of Cthulhu.
Okay.
They've swapped from 5th edition now to Call of Cthulhu for it.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It's really good.
Yeah, man. So what else? What else have we played and
I'm
run? And
currently running a Starfinder game,
Oh yeah, there is that one.
Pathfinder in space.
that you're in?
Yes,
You are-
I am.
you
I
are in
completely
that
forgot
game.
about it. I'm actually in that game. Yes.
I quite like Pathfinder. It's very crunchy. There's a lot
Is
more
it Pathfinder in space? That's how you describe it, isn't it?
Basically,
for
yeah.
the most part.
Yeah.
Not that I've played Pathfinder.
No, so Pathfinder for those that
You
are
sort of have now.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
for those that are unaware,
In space.
Pathfinder is basically D&D. This is a long, fun story. Back in 3rd edition, Wizards of the Coast released this lovely piece of free rules called the SRD, the System Reference Document. We still use that now, but it's the 5th edition version. When they announced 4th edition, I think they'd rebalanced it to 3.5 at the time. Like we've got the 24 rules. There was like a new rules balance, and the community called it 3.5 because it was not. Then when they did 4th, everyone went, I don't want 4th. This looks crap because it was about the time Hasbro had bought it, and it really board gamified
Yeah.
the rules.
I never played it at that edition, but I've heard a lot of people.
I had a couple of games in
Not
4th. It was
speak
not very
positively
good.
about
I
it.
didn't enjoy 4th.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends get into D&D on 4th edition, and they said like they always just play 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 was like the go-to, but there was no more support for it because Wizards have moved on to 4th.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So a company named Paizo had used the SRD to build Pathfinder, their own engine, using the basic 3.5 rules, and added their own, where they thought there was balancing issues or things that needed changing. Pathfinder then grew a life of its own and is widely successful. I really enjoyed Pathfinder. It's now in its 2nd edition, but about 6 years ago, they released Starfinder, which is the same setting, but sometime in the future. But the planet that Pathfinder is set on, Galarian, has vanished
Yeah.
from the cosmos in an event called the Gap. No one in living history at the minute, no one alive, has any memory of what happened during the Gap, which is about a 400-year period. We don't know what happened. There's no records of it. No computers know of it. There's no...
It's convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to stop you from being able to go back to Galarian and be like, well, I owned this country, this planet in Pathfinder. Now, 1,000 years later, I'm immortal and I have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Pathfinder 2nd is... No, Starfinder 2nd is due... Playtest is out now, so it's due next month. I'm really looking forward to it. But
Are you going to incorporate the new rules into your game? Or?
I'm going to wait and see how everyone feels.
Right.
'Cause I haven't looked at second edition
yeah,
yet.
of course.
I'm going to buy the core rulebook and just see.
What would you say? Because I've never played Pathfinder or Starfinder. What do you think are the sort of core differences? And you as a player, Henry, I'd be interested to know as well.
Far crunchier.
Yeah, there's a lot more. I wouldn't even say there's a lot.
There's a lot more numbers.
Yeah, there is a lot more numbers. It's
lot
like
more
in terms of like skills, there's still probably about the same amount. There's probably more in D&D, but in terms of like how, because you can buy when you level up, you can buy ranks in your skills. Then that's how you level them up.
Okay,
so you have to
a bit more like a video game then.
Yeah,
I was thinking like skill
so it's like you buy a rank
Kind
and
of.
then that'll give you say a +1. You buy another rank and another rank, and it gives you more and more.
To simulate your training in that skill.
Right.
So it's a lot. It's like I say, it's a lot more numbers. It's a bit more.
in-
It's a bit more technical and complicated to get to your final modifier.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
If you look at 5th edition, when you level up, largely every class goes,
This is what happens.
welcome to
when you
level 4, you've figured this out,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah.
And your core stats don't change until you've got an ASI, right? In Starfinder and Pathfinder, I can base this a little bit on Starfinder. We haven't leveled up yet, so I'm not working it. But in Pathfinder 2nd, at least, when you level up, you have a list of skills that you can learn at level. Say you're playing a level 1 druid. You've taken your core. There's 5 level 1 skills. You can pick one at character creation. At level 2, you can pick a second.
Right.
At level 3, you can pick one of any of the 5 from level 3, or one of the ones you missed.
Yeah.
And so on and so on. So you could feasibly build a character, like you could play a druid 40 times. Every druid would be built differently.
Yeah. So
Because
it's much more of a diverse
Yeah.
pool to draw from.
No, 'cause it's one of the reasons I like Pathfinder and Starfinder a bit more than D&D at the minute, is that I'm so sick of getting to level 5 as a rogue and being like, I figured out how climbing a wall works.
Yeah.
But every rogue knows that at the same time.
Yeah.
Which
I know
makes
what you mean.
it doesn't feel like that character is developing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very generic.
Yeah.
it doesn't feel personal.
No.
I gotcha.
No. I like that sort of like I am building this character. Like we all know the best way to build a druid in D&D is this way and this way and this way. In Starfinder or Pathfinder, you could be like, I'm going to build a mystic.
So what I think you're getting at is it's a lot less easy to metagame.
I think you can still metagame easily because any game that needs numbers and
of
zero
course. Yeah,
optimization.
you can still min-max and
You can still min-max, you can still do that. Yeah. I think what I'm trying to explain is that I find it's more liberating as a character builder.
Right.
Because you can do so much.
Yeah.
Right, Martin in the Starfinder game, Martin has built a mystic. It was a Shirin, they're like a race of sentient alien insects.
Okay.
And he picked the background navigator, pilot, one of the two. And basically, the whole of his story so far is, I've picked this because I'm a mystic, I'm connected to the stars somehow. That has given me the ability to survive in the void of space. I'm a pilot because I can still help my friends if I get vented. If the ship gets an airlock blow, I can still survive in the vacuum of space, so I can save my friends.
It's very sensible in space, I presume, yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of this character so far that we've seen, because I'm not going to reveal everything on the podcast or whatever, is that he's looking for ways to help his friends just survive.
That's fair.
That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like,
That's nice of him.
He's thought, look, here's a fun mechanic. It lets me survive in the void of space. Let's build the rest of the character around the idea that
particular.
he is an emergency response.
Right.
It's the fact that he's built his character as I want to help and save my friends, and he's in a party that is like just completely compelled to kill themselves.
Yeah, for sure. But I like that, right?
Yeah.
He now he's got all these options ahead of him.
I was going to say, it sounds like he's got a lot more options
Absolutely.
to actually build his character.
Infinite options ahead of him, based on what you guys do as a party.
Yeah.
to change how he levels up. He might be like, right, fine. Now we can survive in space a bit, and if the airlock blows or a portal goes, I can get the ship back into dock. How am I going to help my friends as the healer that can't stop getting into close combat fights?
Yeah.
Let's look at that a bit more.
Yeah,
I can specialize into surgeon. I can do this. I can be back into spiritual healer. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a bit more like that character is personal to you. Then it's not just a
It's
sort of.
not easy to replicate.
It's not just a typeface archetype in front of you that you're like, oh.
Gotcha.
How many times have you played a cleric or any class in D&D and been like, oh, level 4 sucks.
Yeah.
Nothing happens for me this turn. Oh.
Level 6 is a monk. The attacks become magical.
Yeah.
It's great, but it's also it requires a
trickery cleric.
campaign
I'm level 6 as a trickery cleric. I get the worst version of invisibility possible.
Yeah.
Yay! Whereas you can spend an afternoon being like, right, I get this and this, but if I want this, at first level I've got to take that.
That would pair really well with that.
Yeah, and they've all got prerequisites. So like, you can't take surgeon unless you've taken healer. Because you need that base training to get up to it. And I like that sort of like...
That's a logical sort of step.
And you have to think about... And it's showing the training of that character.
That's cool.
Right? That character has been like, I'm going to med school. I've learned basic first aid. Now I've spent 5 years in space. I have learned how to be a surgeon over that time. I like that. It feels more grounded and real.
Yeah, man.
You know how much I like fucking realism in a game.
At least logic in a game.
Yeah.
So.
That's Starfinder. It's a bit crunchier. I have to keep giving it. I've got.
Yeah, but if it's only in its second edition coming, then you'd expect by third or fourth.
I had to find a
second coming.
Yep. I had to find a third-party cheat sheet for each player that's like, this is the things you can do in combat, and it's two-sided. And then the Starship.
And it's A3.
The Starship combat. Jesus Christ, the Starship combat.
We haven't gotten to that yet, and I'm determined to get there as soon as possible, just to give Mike a headache.
The next session was going to be some Starship.
Right.
But it might change now because there's a character coming back into the game. But Starship combat works differently because the party each take a role, right? So one of them has to be the pilot, one has to be the navigator.
It's essentially like the Megazord. We're all
You're all Power Rangers.
We're all power. Yeah, we're all contributing to this to our one spaceship.
Right. Yeah. So the spaceship gets a turn. Within that turn, captain gets to do something. Engineer gets to do something, gunner gets to do something, science officer gets to do something. It's relevant, but they've got certain things. So like, captain can only inspire or demoralize. Mm-hmm. You can inspire your crew, or you can shout something over the comms to try and demoralize the enemy.
Right.
Engineer can try and take a regular shot. You can overcharge a shot. You can do another thing. Science officer is in charge of balancing the shield. So if you get hit on the port side, you've got to rebalance the shield so that you've got the full 360 degree.
See, D&D do that a little bit now. Pulling from older sources, because the Middle Earth game that I've got that's set within D&D's realm of 5e, the mechanics that were introduced as a new thing for that is basically like when your party is on a journey, they each have their own segmented role specific to each player, which then determines like how far you can see, how the supplies are going to be,
chef and all that sort of
thing. How safe is it going to be, and sort of you get like little bonuses and working out mechanics that way to kind of get your party to feel a little bit more engaged with the scene or the surroundings.
Exactly that, right?
That's cool.
I really like that
rather than just the ranger can find food.
Yeah.
We all just go to sleep at the campsite.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
It's one of the reasons I hate traveling in role-playing games. Traveling scenes suck. But so that's the party thing. The DM then gets to crew their own ship with the NPCs. You get to do, and then you fight against. But then there's actual like almost war game level movement chart.
Oh wow!
Where you're like, because you're moving in space, right? So you have to go in straight lines, but you can turn and drift, and you can do this. And you can try and do the Crazy Ivan from Firefly, where you'd stop and you do the break, and the ship fires past you, and you can sort of leapfrog each other. Honestly, the rules. There's about 6 pages of rules in the core book. The handout is about 2 pages,
right?
Maybe 3, and I'm dreading putting it on the table because all of us are going to go.
Just make it up.
Yeah.
Make it up.
Yeah.
Something like that, innit?
I've been listening to a podcast playing the same episode, playing the same adventure path we're doing. And every time they get to Starship Combat, every single member, including the Games Master, is like, cool, we're going to take a break while I remember how to play this. Because you do it for like 1 session every 6 months.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick in. You're constantly relearning it.
It sounds like something I would just make up.
Yeah.
I'm brutally honest.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
we'll run it the first time,
And see how it goes.
and then we might make some home adjustments.
So, what else?
We go to a break. I think.
Have we done that already?
We're a little bit under, but I think that's because we started recording early to get some bloopery bits. But I don't remember.
Okay.
So we can have a little bit.
Well, there's one more that's going to be played down the club soon, which I know you've had a quick look at, Henry. The werewolf game, is it? The werewolf?
Werewolf the Apocalypse.
I've had a brief chat with the person who's going to run it, and then a very quick look at the character creation because I was interested to see how it actually worked.
Yeah, because I've got to be honest, the world of role-playing is huge,
massive.
It turns out.
Yep.
And I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so,
the most minuscule thing. So when this new game come down, I'd love to get in on it. Just don't have the time.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm interested in it. I had a look at it, but it's just like my commitments with D&D, Starfinder, and
I've
others.
got so many. Yeah, I've got so many role-playing games upstairs I want to play. Werewolf the
Apocalypse. Yeah.
takes place in the same universe as Vampire: The Last Masquerade.
Right.
It's all sort
Something
of
you spoke about recent
played.
at some point,
Yeah,
didn't you, Dave? Yeah, you mentioned that.
it's all interlinked with the World of Darkness. I'm sure Martin's talked to you about World of Darkness before. It's basically.
I don't think so.
It's basically. I've never played the World of Darkness games. I've got the core rulebook for one of the editions upstairs. Basically, the supernatural exists, but it's hidden from the mortal realm.
Okay.
But they've all got things.
A bit like Harry Potter.
Yeah, in Vampire: The Masquerade,
Yeah.
the vampires are doing their thing. That they're all like fucking oligarchy sort of ancient nobles.
Yeah.
But the masquerade part of the game is that you're hiding from the norms. In Werewolf the Apocalypse, you're playing as werewolves, as I understand, that are working towards safeguarding the world from an impending apocalypse.
Okay.
Werewolves have sort of given themselves this sort of
Task.
yeah, they're self-appointed guardians of the world or something. I don't really follow. But there's other ones as well. There's I don't know. The World of Darkness is just if you can think of a spirit, a supernatural being, you can probably play it.
I want to be a unicorn.
Yeah, and they've sort of tied that into an encompassing universe because there's a podcast that I've listened to called Canada by Night, where the game's set shock horror within Canada.
It's got Jacob. What's his surname? Burgess as the game master.
No, this is a group called Dum Dums and Dice.
I'm thinking of Vancouver by Night, which is also the same thing in the same system from Canadian YouTubers.
Yeah.
Just in Vancouver, not the whole of Canada.
Yeah. But the system has that universe already set where they come across werewolves within the Vampire the Masquerade setting, and like within that campaign, they've had 2 werewolves who are their go-to guys to get sort of certain supplies,
Right.
for certain things as stuff. But then you come across other creatures of the night, shall we say, to different levels of degree within that. So I'm not surprised that they then sort of do a segmented, whole dedicated system then for werewolves.
What I really like about the idea is that we could play a home game where we're playing Vampire the Masquerade on a Wednesday. We play this on Friday. We could run Werewolf in a separate story, but our characters from Vampire.
Eventually, the two might.
Yeah, the vampire characters might show up as like
Or
NPCs.
working in parallel, like one's disrupting it,
exactly.
the other's fixing
Exactly
it.
that. Yeah, I really like that sort of like interconnected narrative. Is a really cool idea.
Yeah.
But you could even have 2 parties working towards the same goal through different methods.
I don't know about werewolves, but the premise for the Vampires the Masquerade is trying to hide within the real world and keeping that all under wraps.
I see.
So when there are
Masquerade.
breaks, it is that masquerade.
How interesting.
Yeah.
So when there is breakages within that, there are ramifications.
Yeah.
And
Which
that's
could
half
be
the plot.
like it would be really fun to maybe play really like that sort of underworld tensions with werewolves and vampires. But you could play as the werewolves that are like, okay, we are the emergency response team. When vampires break the masquerade, we fuck them up.
We're gonna fucking do them.
We have to. We're on damage control, like Men in Black, but werewolves.
Yeah.
Or like Underworld. Like you said.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Cool. So should we take a little break?
Yeah,
Let's take
man.
a break.
I didn't realise we'd done half an hour already, man.
Near enough, I think.
Crazy that.
It's hard to judge when the deck starts before we start the episode.
Yeah.
I think about half an hour.
Yeah, we're taking a break anyway,
Sorry.
so.
Yeah. On that, let's hear from our sponsors.
Yeah, man.
See you in a moment.
Sexy voices.
Are you in or around Nuneaton and looking for a place to roll dice, tap lands, or command armies on the tabletop? Then check out All Manner of Games, Nuneaton's friendliest tabletop gaming club. Whether you're into board games, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, D&D, or just want to try something new, we've got you covered. We meet every Wednesday from 7 till 10 p.m. and every Friday from 7 till 11 p.m. at Nuneaton United Reformed Church Hall. With an extensive revolving games library, tables for all your gaming needs, a well-stocked snack bar, and an incredible social community, it's all your tabletop needs in one place. Entry is just a $5 every week you join us, and your first visit is free. New players and veterans alike are welcome, so come along, make friends, and play more games. Find out more at www.allmannerofgames.co.uk, on social media at All Manner of Games, or on our community Discord. A link to this can be found on our website. All Manner of Games, where tabletop adventure begins.
Struggling to get the desired result with your scenery, basic or diorama? It's time to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. At Terrain Tutorials, his aim is to inspire you to take on new challenges, learn exciting new skills, and unlock your full potential. The tutorials will have hints, tips, and tricks to help you achieve your goal, and he'll always read and comment back. Join him and grow together and push yourselves to create something new. Find it on YouTube/@Terrain Tutorial.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Mike's echo down at Welsh.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So we left off talking about Starfinder.
No, we
No, we
didn't.
didn't. Vampire
No, we didn't.
the Masquerade.
The darkness or the underworld
World
type
of
thing?
Darkness.
World of Darkness, that was it.
Has anybody else played any other role-playing games?
I played Daggerheart.
You did? Yeah, we
couple
started
days
off talking about that and then didn't actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Give us a brief synopsis of that then, buddy.
So we
Because
just-
that's quite new, isn't it? That's a
Yeah,
new
It's
we-
also
role.
sold out 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we just, I just joined in on one of the quick adventures, which it was just for one session, just 3 hours, 2 rounds of combat and a brief narrative. Pre-made characters. I chose the Ribbit.
Ribbit.
it's
Let
a-
me guess. It's a frog.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the race of frog people. And,
You just
not
assume my
stereotypical
species.
at all. Yeah.
and
I did say let me guess.
That's how everyone likes.
Yeah.
Let me guess your species,
Let
mate.
me guess your species, man.
And so the character was also a rogue.
Yeah.
I never really play rogue, so that was a bit of a thing for me.
Yeah.
And because it was a one shot, and it wasn't part of like main story or anything, I genuinely did not care. So I just went completely flamboyant and ludicrous with every action I took.
That does not.
As opposed to...
Yeah, I mean, it's what you usually do in my games.
But yeah, but I usually have some form of self-preservation. Like I've got to live until the next session.
Sure, yeah.
This I really didn't care. Spoiler alert: I died at the end.
Why am I not surprised?
So to be fair, the game was really good. It's more narrative based.
Yep.
Biggest example of that is in combat, because in D&D obviously it would be, say, Dean's turn, roll for attack, movement, action, bonus action. In Daggerheart it was it's the party's turn collectively.
Who wants to do what?
Essentially, yes. You can do it in whatever turn order you want. But it's just like for instance, if all 4 of us were in a party, say if you wanted to go first, you roll. If you fail, it then goes to the opponent's turn.
Right.
Or if you succeed and then on my attack I fail, it then goes to the opponent's team.
Okay.
So,
So the potential of cutting off a scene sort of
Yeah.
thing is...
If somebody fails.
Yeah.
Cool.
there's also things for team attacks. So
I was going to say that sort of... If you wanted to chain something
Yeah.
or combo
yes,
something,
there is a
that could potentially be very game breaking.
I feel like
I've
this has entirely been made because Travis Willingham wanted to do more fastball specials.
Probably, yeah.
There was-
specials, yeah.
there was at the time of character creation, the character assignment, I should say. James, the person who was running the game, said, if you want, you can make your character differently abled. I don't know what the political correct term is. So they have a wheelchair,
Okay.
and there's like 3 different types of wheelchair. There's like magic,
So-
lightweight, and
So that
heavy duty or something.
your character's got a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the thing is, what you can do then is, essentially, you can team attack. So the person in the wheelchair can essentially piggyback the other person, who can then joust with like 2 spears, like yours and his own.
Unbelievable.
So you can literally just roll down a hill at people.
Incredible.
And the thing is, with team attacks, you compound damage dice. So you roll your damage.
For whelping them with a wheelchair.
I roll my damage.
For stabbing them in the face with a spear.
And we add them together.
My God.
And the whole team can do that at once. So I made the joke that it would be like Wallace and Gromit Close Shave, where everyone's like on the wheelchair balancing like those aeroplanes.
Yeah.
And just, or everyone having a spear, just quadruple jousting at one enemy.
The Royal Artillery motorbike display.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is
tank shot.
This
with
is the
precision.
Yeah.
the peasant railgun all over again.
It is, isn't it? That's exactly what it is.
So I didn't take that. I didn't take the wheelchair at the start of the game, but
I was thinking all the shit.
it would have been very. But it's one of the things that you could do that is humorous.
Oh my God. That sounds amazing.
So what I did was, because I was the ribbit, and I made the faux pas of not reading my character sheet fully. Because I was looking at the class. I was looking at the class abilities to see what they did. I forgot to look at what the species did as a base. So while I was reading it through, I thought, like, well, it's not really said anything about like being a frog, and that's only because my own dumbass didn't read it.
Did you miss the column labelled frog abilities?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, since I'm a frog, surely I'll have like the dexterous tongue kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So I thought, okay then.
Henry,
I said,
where's this going?
oh yeah, you'll find out.
At least it wasn't
Okay.
a frog. At least
So
it wasn't
my
a frog
first-
bard.
My first attack action in the game
Frog.
was or a brog.
Frog.
Was it's like, okay, can I, because a frog's tongue is like sticky,
Prehensile.
yeah.
Yeah.
in order to catch obviously flies and everything. I thought, can I put my dagger in my mouth and then shoot it
Jesus,
at the enemy so I can basically
Like a-
extend my range?
Like a fifth limb.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can extend my range and just stab them.
See, in D&D,
Hands
I would
up, I
absolutely-
surrender.
I would have absolutely allowed that.
Yeah.
So
But let it in any game, it sounds
Absolutely
amazing.
hilarious.
So the attack missed because James said, like, because it's not like a tail or anything that's like completely dexterous. It's very
Not completely controllable.
yeah. So you roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah, you would roll at disadvantage. I didn't get that well, so I missed. However, James did say because of like how I did it, I then confused all the ambushes that were attacking us.
Yeah.
I then proceeded to just completely take advantage of the tongue part of the frog.
Henry.
Yeah, I tongue punched everyone. Yeah, and then
I'm glad that you stopped it there.
yes.
I
So then-
tongue punched everyone.
Yeah.
Henry.
I did call
25.
I did call them all assholes, but I've just broken that quote up slightly for the podcast.
Yeah.
Have you just tongue punched people's arseholes?
No, I tongue punched these assholes. That's what I kept saying.
I mean, that's what I was getting at there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway,
it was nice knowing you guys.
yeah. So
Podcast's done.
Yeah.
So I
cancelled.
So I then found out that the species ability is you can use the tongue as essentially like a really long punch. It does a D12 damage.
A D12.
D12.
Jesus.
My daggers did a D8, and the tongue did a D12.
So,
So
by that logic, I'm assuming it's like sort of twice the damage of D&D, because a dagger in D&D is what, D4?
Yeah.
the thing is, damage works differently in Daggerheart. So
Okay.
it's like a range. So you only have like 5 hit points.
Okay.
But you will only ever lose 3 hit points at a time, and that's rare
Okay.
because basically you have a damage sort of spectrum. So 0 to 6 is minor damage. 6 for my character anyway. 6 to 12 is major damage. Anything above 12 is severe damage.
Right.
If you take minor damage, it's 1 hit point. To major damage, it's 2 hit points. Severe damage, it's 3.
Okay.
Right. Right.
You have
I was thinking it was like a D3 sort of thing, but then I know what you mean with the...
and then you have like the armor you're wearing can influence that because you'll have, if say it has my character had armor 3, I can then that counts as 3 armor points, and you can expend 1 armor point to drop the severity of the damage down by 1.
Right, okay.
So it's always it's still quite. You can rack up the major numbers, but it'll always be 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So did that. From where I was with the thing.
You were tongue punching.
Okay,
so tonguing everybody.
I leaned heavily onto using the tongue as utility, and because James was very forgiving and just found it amusing.
I think the word you're looking for is lenient.
Yeah, and just because he just found it amusing, he let me roll with whatever I wanted to do. Some things were obviously disadvantaged, some things were like whatever. I decided to. With one, I decided to go full like anime protagonist moment. That's how I played the character. Really, just this idiot who's completely incompetent but thinks he's amazing.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So I basically used the frog legs to essentially jump stupid high in the air, then angle my body and tongue the enemy in front of me, and then propel myself down like a ballistic missile.
Like a Batman.
That worked.
Yeah. Fucking.
Is your
that worked?
Like the ribbit's tongue is just an inbuilt grappling hook.
Sounds like
that's how I played it essentially.
Amazing.
And that worked. I killed him. It was brilliant.
With your tongue or with the inertial damage of
The tongue didn't do damage. It was the impact with the dagger that.
Okay. Yeah.
Jesus.
Holding the dagger.
You've just created this is wild.
That's the thing. James said to me, "Is like this is how I'm going to play these characters for when I do the big session." And I'm going to say to all my players, you can blame Henry for this because he gave me the idea.
So what other options are there then? Because
there's for the full list, I only have a brief look at all the list of the characters, species, and everything.
Yeah.
But there's a mushroom species.
Yep.
It's just fungus.
There is the clank. I know there's a species called clank. They're just called clank, which I believe are just robots, like the Warforged.
All right.
Oh.
There's also simian species. Then there's got humans, cyclops, elves. I can't remember who. A couple of the others. There was a funny moment in the Daggerheart game as well.
Another one.
Yeah, this one. This is the thing that basically killed me.
Another one that Henry did.
This is the basic.
Another one that we might have to bleep out here, or what?
No. I think. So, at the end, the final encounter, there was an NPC that you essentially have to protect. They're doing this magic ritual to restore a magical barrier to protect the town. We defend them from everything that wants to kill them because all the monsters are drawn to magic.
Standard fantasy trope.
Sure,
So, the thing that came up was a load of skeletons, which constantly respawn, and then 2 wraiths.
Right.
The wraiths are nasty because they can basically punch you to separate your spiritual self from your physical self.
Oh, like in Endgame.
Yeah.
The old MCU.
And the mechanic was that you're stuck there until something else of the enemy's forces dies, and then essentially that's the timer that then you get back into your body. So that happened to me. Got back in quite quickly because the rest of my party was very good for that. Thank you guys. But they had another ability. Oh, I should point out as well. My character is a frog person that can breathe underwater, but had a phobia of water.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just how it was pre-created.
Okay. I was going to say, it wasn't a character choice by yourself. It was
No, but I played into it.
That sounds like a very Henry character choice. Anyway.
That's what I was thinking.
The Wraiths had a second ability where they can essentially re-traumatize you. They do an attack. It does a good chunk of damage, but then you have to narrate a childhood trauma from that character. So I was going to do something else.
Forcing you to roll.
Yes.
Trigger warning start here.
Yeah. So I was going to do something else, but then the rest of the table says, "Oh, we'll find out why he is afraid of water." So then on the spot, I thought, okay, and it ended up being that as a kid, this guy's father decided to pressurize him into synchronized diving.
Okay.
And one day during practice, he and his partner were started a jump, but then someone hadn't filled the pool up.
Jesus Christ.
So it gets worse. So
I don't see how, but go on.
and in this instance, my character fumbled the dive,
Did you use your tongue?
No.
Yeah.
My character fumbled the dive, so the partner hit the ground first, causing a neck break. And I played the whole trauma of hearing the bone snap as I'm coming down.
Only neck break. No other injuries, just only neck break.
Yeah, and then also he then landed on the other person, causing a splatter of guts and sinew.
Jesus.
And then the dad, with absolutely no sympathy, decided to wash him off. He would then grab my character by the ankles and just dunk him in the river repeatedly, like waterboarding him.
Wow.
That was the traumatic moment.
Henry, what is your brain?
Yeah.
To be fair, I just don't know.
I don't think you should ask that.
No.
I thought that was off the bat. That was honestly
Yeah.
off. That was me improvising.
I know the name of a really good therapist if you need one. Like
A lot of people have said this to me. I don't know what to think of this.
Maybe take some
take
advice.
No, that sounds absolutely good.
It was
I
very fun.
particularly like the idea of a jousting wheelchair,
Yes.
double wielding spear person. That sounds like it would be
Pretty good.
right.
Have you seen? I think it's Osprey Games have got a miniatures war game called Halfling Jousting.
Yes, you've shared it before. It sounds like such a laugh.
Yep, that's all I could think of when Henry was like wheelchair jousting. Like, but it's not halflings. It's not halflings jousting.
And after that session was done, I had a good blast. Everyone at the table had a good laugh at it as well.
Yeah, the good blast.
Yes, good blast and laugh.
Choice of
Tongue
words.
punching his arseholes.
Oh yes. So
Once again, guys, been nice.
so I was there like, okay, I actually really want to get into this. So if you're
Tongue punching arsehole.
oh yes, I was already into that anyway.
Oh my god,
Ladies.
Oh wait. Oh man.
Anyway, so
I did not see this episode.
You see what happens?
Like
You see
this?
what happens when we put video on? It gets emboldened.
so
You see what happens when we give Henry an audience.
when you just let me talk, yeah, I mean, you usually just sit here, just like, yeah, I'll just yes, none agree. Yes.
Finish your story, and then I think you're going back in your box, mate.
Okay. So afterwards, I said, like, he says he's going to do a main campaign in the new year. I was like,
Yeah.
I really want to be a part of this because I had a good time, fun. So I started looking at like character creation. I was thinking, I'm going to play a ribbit because I've had a load of fun with this.
Makes sense, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, but I really like the simian character, the monkey-based species. And he said, James told me, he's like, in this, there are hybrids. I was like, instantly yes. So my character now,
Monkey.
I've basically done the character except for the numbers.
Has the DM seen this?
Yes, I
Right.
I went with
okay.
this
I was
with
gonna say,
James.
is this a spoiler that you shouldn't probably spoil?
No, this is just it's just like the basic half of my
Calls
character
himself
creation.
a mong.
Yeah. No, so it's
Top half frog, bottom half monkey.
so basically
Like a Fiji mermaid.
Yes. So he's a crossbreed between the simian and the frog.
Oh my god!
And when you do this,
how would the logistics of that?
I have
even
no
work?
idea. No idea. However, when you take a hybrid, you can choose a character trait from both parent species.
Tongue and
And
tail.
you can take. I took the tongue and tail. So the tail gives me balance in trees and like dexterity in climbing, and then I have the tongue attack.
Basically,
So-
you are mutant Tarzan.
Yeah.
And
The tongue and tail also my favourite fantasy.
have you? Hang on a second, I haven't even told you the name yet.
Go on.
Oh,
So the name,
do we need a drum roll?
because he has a tail, he's good at climbing, and has a good long tongue. I called him Cam Alien. And then I found out what I could do with the class. There's a class called the Seraph, which is like a protector and like Seraph Angels.
Right.
And in one of those subclasses, you can get wings. So I now have wings. I am now
a flying monkey frog with wings. This sounds like some Magic the Gathering type shit.
Yes.
That's what this sounds
It is a complete and utter monstrosity, and I love it already. So I cannot wait to play it.
Well, if you can find a mini of that, I'll happily print it. You know what I mean?
It might be one where I have to download the
Design,
software to
yeah.
my
I think
to
you
my computer
probably
and
will.
design it myself.
Hello, Hero Quest.
Yeah.
Hero Forge.
Hero
Hero
Forge.
Forge.
innit?
Here's
Oh my
one for you.
Yeah. What do you mean I can't have tails and a wing and a what?
You get somebody in an office in the Hero Forge. An office of somebody there. What the fuck?
Yep.
Is this guy smoking crack?
Ridiculous.
Oh man.
I mean, I suppose you could argue that you What's the species that's usually identified with Egyptian lore?
The Sphinx.
The Anubis. Oh,
yes. Or there's the other ones.
I think like the jackal people, Anubis.
Mythology, where it's like half
Chimera or
chimeras.
Chimera, yeah.
I suppose there is an argument that you could make, I suppose, that you are a descendant of chimeras, maybe, that you've become
You've adapted to your environment. I mean, if it's available in the game, why
it's
not?
available.
It sounds like it'd be a right laugh.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'd be a fucking nightmare to do DM against. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, you can't, well, I'm just going to fly up. Do you know what I mean?
But that was the thing. It's just like it's nothing.
Do you know what you could have? Oh, God.
What?
Your character could have an identity crisis and not know which one they are because they've got wings and a tail and a long prehensile tongue.
What am I?
Am I a bird? Am I a frog?
No, I'm Superman.
You could Moon Knight the hell out of it. And
You
just
could,
have, like,
mate, yeah.
3 completely different personalities.
At breakfast, I like flies. At lunch, I like bananas, and then in the evening, I like seed.
Yeah.
Incredibly speciesist.
Oh, mate.
All in all,
He's
he
allowed
likes
to
tongue.
say it. He's one of them.
That's our word, mate.
Speciesist. Only we can be speciesist.
Only we're allowed to do that. Oh, my goodness me. Well, that sounds, you know what? That sounds innovative. It really does, actually.
I'd quite like to have a go.
I think so.
It's like you guys said before. I think it was off camera or mic, whichever. You're saying like how my brand of chaos isn't game breaking; it's just narrative
Just
chaos.
narrative and funny, yeah.
Henry's roleplay is always me going, how do I write that in?
Yeah.
How do I reconcile that with
Exactly
the world
that,
we've
yeah.
got?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Hey.
There can be some forgotten lab experiment somewhere.
I mean, have you guys
Sounds
got
like it.
favourite characters that you played then that from a different other system?
Not from other systems, because I tend to run other systems, not
To
play
run
them.
quite a lot.
I've only
Yeah,
played the two and only very briefly. So unfortunately, I haven't got enough experience to say, like, do you know what I mean? But the one thing, I mean, I mentioned it before, the one thing that when my character went into the computer verse or whatever it was in Borderlands,
Yep.
you can be any gaming character from anywhere you want ever.
Yep.
Oh,
Basically,
Leisure Suit Larry.
basically in one of the one shots, you can go onto the internet, but because it's the sci-fi future, you sort of cast your entire brain into the internet as a virtual avatar.
Kind of like in Futurama.
Yeah, and you can pick.
Yeah, yeah.
You can pick what your avatar looks like. The game was like you just do any character.
Just do what you want.
Or Ready Player One.
Yeah, like you can be anyone from pop culture.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
It is
Are
something. Go on, sorry, buddy.
No. All I was going to say is, are you thinking of maybe trying towards Christmas time a different system for your one shot?
For the Amon Christmas one shot,
Ammo
I
Christmas.
don't think you're running it this year, right?
you wanted to run this year.
I was going to, but then somebody and I forget who it was,
Dino.
said, might have been, said that they want to. And absolutely,
Oh.
get the members involved, you know what I mean? I'd rather play in it, if I'm honest. I was going to do Die Hard. And
Yes.
Last year I did
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Alone.
Yeah, I was
Which I
gonna
wish
do-
I was a part of.
It was
It was
phenomenally
brilliant.
good.
Yeah, I was going to do Die Hard and pre-generated character sheets, and everybody's name was going to be a spoof of John McClane. So it was, John McClane. Yeah, John McClane, and just stupid shit, do you know what I mean? But everybody was going to be dressed exactly the same, with a vest and, bloody feet, and it was going to be a bit of a laugh. But yeah, there was somebody else mentioned it,
There's no reason
and so I sort of took it back.
There's no reason we can't do more Christmas one shots.
If we've got the
I'm
people.
sure I can find some other people that didn't listen to this and aren't aware that I ran Home Alone. I could just do it again.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't see why not.
Maybe
It
in
was-
different. The trouble with different systems for a one shot is that you're already slowed down.
because
teaching
people don't
them.
know it. Yeah.
It's all right. Like
Yeah,
the Borderlands
it-
one we had it was a two shot. It was a back to back, just so you could get used to it the first episode.
How to learn and then do
And then
the
the play,
actual
yeah.
the game like.
And Starfinder, I suppose Starfinder was just doing a one shot of the beginner box, but the beginner box dumbs the rules down to get you quick started. And then it adds, when you get into the actual game, it's like, oh, hey, actually, by the way, that's not how AC works.
Yeah.
This is how AC works.
So everything that we've just taught you is a blend.
Yeah,
right?
so like in the beginner box, your AC works like D&D. It's just one number. In the actual actual Starfinder, you've got a kinetic armor class and an energy armor class for the sort of projectile being shot at you.
Yeah.
If it's a bullet, it goes off your kinetic. If it's an energy weapon, like a laser, it goes off your energy class.
That's a bit like Mass Effect, though, isn't it? You know, you had your shields and you had this and for psychic attacks and whatever. But no, I think keep the Christmas one shot, the D&D, 5e rules. You know, 1 D&D rules, just because more people are familiar with them.
Makes it easy.
I get it. It was just a curious.
But it's a great question, though. Do you know what I mean? I certainly think next year, if people wanted to do a Starfinder or a Pathfinder,
I want to play more role-playing games next year.
I think so. I just want to play more games next year.
I want to start a Pathfinder 2nd edition game.
Yeah.
I want to do more Borderlands.
It's just bloody time, innit? You know.
I've got 10 more games upstairs I'd like to have a go at. And some of them are one-shot.
And anything
short form.
Anything particularly jump out? And I'm not talking I want to run Pathfinder, because you're technically running Starfinder.
Yeah.
Anything a little more off the beaten track?
I haven't really finished reading them all yet.
Right.
Eat the Reich we've spoken about before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to give that a go. It's
definitely.
you as vampires versus the Nazis.
I mean,
Not to love.
we now have video.
We could do an Eat the Reich on video.
But then these two have to run a one-shot first.
True.
You know what I mean? Looking at you guys.
We're gonna gatekeep all future role-playing game content behind these two doing it first.
Just these two first.
I was just getting an idea if I did a Christmas one shot, which film I'd do.
What's that?
I think maybe Krampus.
Shh, keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it, because the fun of the Christmas one shot is that you're going to run a film.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you're going to run a film. It's the joy of figuring out what that
Which film
is.
it is. That'd be a laugh, man.
Either Reich, definitely want to play.
I know you've mentioned that a lot.
I bought it
on and off here.
I bought it 2 years ago.
It
The Games
sounds
Expo, I just
a
not had a
laugh,
chance to play it. And I picked up, while I was on holiday recently, I picked up Machines and Dreams from Modifius. I got their starter box, which is basically Horizon Forbidden, whatever it's called.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that's the one. It's basically legally distinct to that, by the looks of it. That looks really fun. I like the idea of playing in that universe.
I really enjoyed that. It's one of the video games I have played.
Yeah.
I started the second one and then just ran out of energy.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was such a good video game.
I'm having a Dean episode here.
Because I was like,
Hey, it was. Do you know what? Just
I know which one it was. But
yeah.
I played it.
It was when you were at Aloy and I was looking at it and thinking, how on earth is an energy bore gonna be like? Anything? But they did it really, really well.
I really like that because you're
really clever.
By a very quick read of the starter box, you're playing as different social classes.
Yeah.
So you don't have class like D&D. You have a social class. You're a hunter, a gatherer, a doctor, a
So you
merchant.
sort of
Candlestick
You
maker.
do.
Yeah.
But they're not.
It's a variation of.
They're not tied to skills.
Yeah.
They're just that's your role playing aspect. It's like you only care about mercantile things. You only care about this. But you're in that sort of like post-apocalyptic rebirth civilization, I guess. It looks really fun. But I picked it up. I've been looking at it for a while, and I found it in Wrexham, in a game shop there, for like 15 quid because no one
What's the
wanted it.
name of it and give them a little shout out if
I don't
you can remember.
Shop. Do not remember. It was down a tiny little
Never
back
mind.
alley. It was on sale, and I was like, ooh.
It was up a back alley.
It was back up alley. It was like 15 quid, and I was like, I can't leave this here.
Yeah.
I looked at this on the Modifius website for like 6 months. Let's buy it and see if anyone wants to play later. And then I also recently got Welcome to Night Vale role-playing game from Kickstarter that Melissa has asked me every week when we're going to play. So that's going to happen soon. I just need to write a suitably Night Valian narrative.
Yeah, man.
If you've listened to Night Vale, it's
Well,
it's weird science fiction.
okay.
So it's Night Vale. It takes place in a little town in the middle of nowhere where weird things happen, but all the people that live there think that's normal.
Right. You've told me about this. Yes.
It's very fun. It's very fun.
That's just Mr. Magoo over there. He just talks to the floor
so
and fucking eats live
so,
rabbits or something.
old woman Josie.
That's the one.
In the mechanics lock down the road. Talks to angels.
Yeah.
Are they real? Who knows? But she just talks to angels, and the
Oh,
angels
mate,
talk back.
I'll tell you a fantastic story off air about
Okay.
something like that, right? It's class.
On that note of being off air,
Well, before we finish,
Go on then.
I do have a little announcement on the subject of role-playing games. You are sort of privy to this, even though you run Amog as well. We now have worked out a very, very good rate with the church, and there is a separate room which we can have whenever we so wish. So anybody watching, if you want to run a private role-playing game, it is a little bit. We do have to charge for the room, unfortunately. So a bigger party would be better, of around about 8 people to make it, affordable. But But things like Blood on the Clock Tower, I know that's sort of popular in the local area. We will put an announcement out.
Yeah.
But if you want a private room, you don't particularly want to role play in front of 30, 40 people, however many we have now. We have got that capacity now, which is really, really good news.
Yeah.
So it's been confirmed. It's now been confirmed. I know we spoke about it. Can you ask? Can you this? The church have said yes very kindly, but they do have a rate which we do have to pay, unfortunately.
Yep.
But there you go. So yeah,
That's fun.
that's a little bit of news for you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anybody else got anything before I launch into the end of the podcast spiel?
Nothing that really. I mean, within the podcast stuff that we've got going on behind screen, we have got another 2 sponsors potentially. That we're gonna be
wonderful.
doing advertisements for in adjacents with.
Cool.
That we're just finiting those out at the minute. So
Big fan.
In a couple of weeks' time for the new episodes of the podcast that come out in the in those beautiful voices we hear in the breaks,
Hey.
we'll be getting a little bit more out of them.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Nice. Henry, anything?
I have nothing else to add, no.
Okay. Then if you'd like to see more about us, you can find us online at www.allmannerofgames.co.uk.
Never wobble you.
Wobble. Everything you ever need about us can be found on there. There is info about the all dayers. There's info about the social nights. About the tournaments. We've got our social events calendar on there. What else is on there? There's a link to the Discord server if you want to join that and have a chat with all lovely 193-ish people in there.
We will get to 200.
We will.
Every
time. We
That
get so
is
close.
the aim.
If you're watching this, please, for the love of God, help us get to
Join the
200.
Discord, please.
We have got up to 197 and dropped to 193 5 times now.
Yeah.
Please,
There's
help.
absolutely no benefit in it whatsoever for us.
It's just-
we just
it's like-
want to see 200 on there.
it's
see
been on,
that whole
on
number.
we're on
That
the
is
cusp,
it, yeah.
the cusp of getting there for like 6 months.
It's been a
Please
while, hasn't it?
help us get there.
Yeah. It was 150. We hit that. Come on, 200. Yeah,
No.
it's brilliant.
Just people don't want to stay for the 200.
There you go.
If you would like to know more about our events, check them out on the website. Like we said, we've got All Day as monthly. We've got a Magic the Gathering tournament on November 1st. We've got a Warhammer 40,000 double tournament on November 29th. And that is about it for the year.
Well, we have the last all-dayer and last session.
Yes, our big last of the end of the year
Yeah.
celebration.
Christmas send-off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's December 20th. All of these take place in our regular space at the United Reformed Church on Chapel Street in Eton. If you would like to help us keep the lights on and develop the technology we're using to bring this to you, consider maybe donating to our Ko-fi account. It's www.ko-fi.com/all manner of games. We don't expect it.
Always point out it's not obligatory
Nope.
whatsoever.
But if you do fancy just helping us off with a little cheeky pound here or there, it would be really appreciated.
It wouldn't go amiss. It really
it would
wouldn't
not.
go amiss.
Buying all this equipment and getting it used is
Light
not
bulbs are
cheap.
expensive.
Yeah.
Podcasting deck is expensive.
Isn't it just? And it is, very, very much hasten to add, this is not for profit. This is
Oh, yeah,
not
no.
going into the pockets of our members at all.
Everything raised goes straight back into running everything
It
we
certainly
do.
does, yeah.
And all of it is done for you.
It is indeed.
Apart from
And
this.
for us a
Apart
little.
from this is done because we like to talk about shit.
Yeah, because we like to talk about stuff.
But like all the events is done for the community.
Yeah, man.
I've mentioned this before in last week's ending. If you run one of the Warhammer Alliance clubs in the local area, so at a school, a scouts, a social club, anywhere, and you can send me some evidence, send me an email at allmannerofgamesuk@gmail.com. And we have got one of 3 sets of UKTC wooden MDF terrain to donate to your club.
Soon to be more.
Well, yeah.
May even be more.
May even be more
at the
by
time
the-
of this going out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are currently replacing ours with 3D printed stuff that Dave, myself, and another chap, Chris, are sort of printing for the club. It's a slow process, unfortunately.
It's a very long process.
It is. But, now that there's 3 of us and not just me, it's a bit of a faster process. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. And like Mike says, if you are in need of it and can make use of it for... Especially if you're a smaller club,
I would-
terrain is a bit of a stickler, isn't it?
Yes, and predominantly it's for those running the Alliance box or having a social club that is for youths.
Yeah.
Right? We are all of adult age and can afford to buy our terrain.
We can.
Or make it.
Or make it.
Or make it.
Or make
yeah.
it.
Buy the equipment to make it.
These community-run places and the school-run places don't always have that luxury, and we'd like to give that to them. I would have killed at school to have had actual terrain and not just books on the table for Warhammer. So
I've used a pencil case before.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the great fight for the yogurt pot.
Of course it is.
A friend of mine that used to have literally like tea mugs, and
Yep.
then he'd have like a half Iron Man statue.
Yeah.
Doing the old repulsor thing.
Yeah, man.
It's like that's a mountain.
Yeah. So if you are one of those eligible groups, let me know. Send me an email. We'll get that sorted and out to you as soon as we can.
Completely free of charge as well.
Yeah.
Right? You won't pay for shipping. You won't pay for anything.
Nope. I think that's about it for me.
I think it is.
From there.
I think that's it. That's enough from me.
Okay, that's us.
It's good night from me.
Say leave comments.
Good night from me.
And it's a good night from him.
Yay, there it is. I was waiting for that.
We'll see you next week.
We will indeed. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
EXP-lore is brought to you by all manner of games. Our hosts were Mike Herndon, Dean Schickel, David Weeks, and Henry Adair. The episode was edited by Mike Herndon, and we'd like to thank Motion Array and Good Sounds for use of the song Pixel Heartbeat for our intro, outro, and breaks.
Yeah, we'll just talk about
Have a little shit.
Whatever.
Have a little shit.
Have a little shit.
Until Dave finds something that we can talk about for
Get
this.
your trout out and have a little shit.
We've got this episode, but we
We've
can
got this episode. So
Get your trout.
we've got this episode, guys. We're fine.
Yeah, we have. Anyway, no looking at the camera.
Oi,
Right?
get your trout out.
Get your trout.
your trout out.
Come on, we don't want to be labelled like those fuckers.